Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM23 Lions. It's episode 111. It's the mega race. It's the big race that eventually I would love to be competitive in. Paris-Roubaix. Absolutely adore this race, but we are not looking strong. However, while I did select a couple riders for an objective here, and we do have like one guy on a fitness peak, the expected race day condition, not bad. The actual race day condition, pretty dang good. This is the best draw I have had the entire season. Picking our leaders is based entirely on cobble and stamina ratings, a little bit on the flat rating. And Kareem is the next guy. He should be our strongest. He's got the best flat in the cobble and decent stamina, but with a zero race day condition, second lowest on the team. The bonuses of those around him make them stronger. You can see a Shimway 75, 73, 78. A little bit lower on the flat, but much better on the cobble and stamina, which matters most here. It's that cobble rating along with the stamina piece. Flat becomes kind of the third attribute that matters when it comes to Paris-Roubaix. We've got a ways to go until we hit the first cobbled sector, though, so let's go ahead and speed things along. I am not bothering with the breakaway at a race such as this. You have to have really good cobble rating to be able to handle the breakaway, and a good flat rating. Kareem could handle the flat until you get to the cobbles. If he had a good race day condition, he could handle the breakaway, but ultimately the breakaways just blow up here unless it's a late one. The place to be, especially if you're in survival mode and using your team to dwindle down to one sole survivor. You need all hands on deck for that, and you definitely need to be in the peloton. And so we are. We'll see if we can squeeze a top 25 out of a race such as this. I like the green that I'm seeing on that race day condition, and the chance that it will entail for that. But normally, this is a race that you're more looking like, hey, top 50, because we're not a classics team. We literally have one rider with a 70 plus base cobble rating. But I did literally bring the 7 best riders in terms of being suited to Paris-Roubaix. All right, we enter Troyville and the first cobbled sector up 30. It's a short one, it's an easy one, but they get much tougher. In fact, it's already going to start to step up for a little bit here. I'll go ahead and ride it at 75. We're at the front. Things are easy, but our first 4-star sector is already coming, and holding position starts to become more and more and more of a factor. But we want to at least conserve some energy right now. Splits aren't going to quite happen this early, though. There's already 4 riders out the back. Fatigue already setting in. Guys like Bosco, Lottering already starting to look like they're not going to last long. Breakaway's already starting to get pulled back in. We're going to get a little bit of a break after this sector. And we're through it. 158 left, chasing 11. Now 153 left. And you can definitely see the tempo has been pretty high so far. Just looking at that fatigue part, I have a feeling this is going to be that kind of day. But Tillahun, Janssen, Shimway, protected, they look okay. Quick 2-star sector, followed by another 3-star sector. A little bit longer, and then another 3-star sector right after that. Really starts to impact those legs, and we're looking at 113k to go. So it is time. Let's hold on a second. Our Bosco is the furthest back. Rotea is looking a little bit better off. We need to get water. Next time we get water, I think by that point you're looking at a very small field. But having like Bosco still in place was key to being able to get water at this point. Lottery, let's go ahead and gel for both of them. Roteus here, the third domestique. Kareem is going to be playing that domestique role soon enough. Down to 127 already as we get a little break as we go through through town and enter Waller. Definitely a bit more difficult through there, bit more tiring through there. And Bosco is beginning his decline. Lottering just hanging on. And Roteus here getting pretty close. And we head for the Forest of Ehrenberg. And now, this is where the race really starts to heat up. So up to an 85. There's already the first attacks. They know that the intensity of the race really, really picks up through this sector. Definitely feels shorter in game than it is in real life. Scaled down, obviously. And just like that, field is split. Lottering, gone. Bosco, gone. Roteus here, going. I'm going to go ahead let's just move on from the Roteus here period. He's not going to get back up there and do anything. We already know that Kareem is one of the guys we want to use up. Shimway is easily looking to be one of our strongest. And is it going to be a Janssen or Tillahun kind of day? They both have big bonuses, but Janssen's are bigger bonuses. So Tillahun will protect him. Kareem's the next one we expect to be gone. He's the only one of the four here that was unprotected for a while, having to do his own thing. Definitely looking a bit more tired, a bit more haggard compared to the others. Peloton down to about 100. And already starting to pull away some breakaway riders, but I'm not sure if that's breakaway riders or guys that are trying to attack. We'll stay on 85 for now. There goes Roteus here. We'll kind of watch from the back and see just how bad things are back here. And we're seeing definitely a group of another 6-8 riders getting dropped. A few more past that, and we're down to 84. Kareem, Gel. It's going quick now, 75k. Just a 3-star. I'm not worried about the little attacks, but if there's a big attack, if it's 10, 15, 20 riders, that's where we're giving up a top 10 finish, because those guys are going to go off and win if that happens. So we got to watch closely for that move. Otherwise, we're not interested in little moves. Little moves will get pulled back, or even if they succeed, it's not like we would have ever competed with those 3 riders anyway. It's just about not getting left behind completely. Kareem already at his end. Is a Shimway the strongman, or is it Janssen? 78 stamina, 75 flat, 73 cobble, 72 cobble, 75 flat, 83 stamina. Janssen might just be the stronger rider. Plus, if Tillahun pulls the surprise, it's a bigger win for Ethiopia than it is for Rwanda, as we've already boosted Rwanda with a Shimway quite a bit. Kareem has not been dropped, but the peloton's down to 59. We might get a quick check-in on breakaway situations here shortly. Okay, Gel for Tillahun came a little bit late. More than a little. Now the Shimway and Janssen are starting to fade. Tempo just got crazy high, and the 85 is just not cutting it at all. In this sector, 4 stars, high tempo, going backwards fast. Oh, a Shimway did not hang on. He's been dropped, if unchecked. And they're not pushing. Well, shoot, Shimway, go, go, go. Oh, and then they block him. Meanwhile, Janssen's barely hanging on as it is. It's 41 chasing whatever's going on at the front, which I was saying I wanted to check on. Van Aert, Van der Poel, Gourmay, Laporte are already gone. Mohoric, Pidcock, Venter, and Mataway off the front. 8 riders off the front, but already splitting up and already beating up, and 40 guys just desperately chasing and hanging on. And a Shimway burst through all of his energy trying to regain contact. So he's done. And we're down to 1, and he's done. We have 45k to go, and we're already down to our last rider. That's rough. 31 away, plus 4 and 3 or something like that. 4 and 4. So that's 39 guys ahead of us. We are already just barely inside top 40 as Mads Pedersen went down there. He's got a teammate back to support him, try to drag him forward. It's great for Janssen to try to get forward. A little extra firepower to regain contact with some of the guys ahead of us, but Janssen just ran out of energy, and there goes Pedersen. Pedersen, his guy, ran out of energy, and off Pedersen went solo. So we caught, what, 2 riders? 30k. Let's check in on the right at the front. Even Janssen, let's just go ahead and put him on auto. Let him do his thing. There's Eekhoff, Hofstetter, Van Hecke, Gregoire, Kung. There's Pedersen. He's definitely made some forward progress, and we just skipped a number of guys there. All sorts of split up, but there's still quite a field ahead of this to Wolf. Here's what's left of the peloton. It's called A1 now, but you've got, and they caught the front group, so those front 4 guys did not end up going solo. We just dropped 4. Stuyven, Madoe, Krag Anderson, Mohoric got dropped, Vanderpool got dropped, Van Aert got dropped, Germay got dropped. They got caught. The 4 of them were found wanting. Now Laporte, the last of the 4. There's Pidcock, who we saw attack at one point. Vinther hanging on. What the heck? What's his rating? 78 cobble, 75 flat. And he looks like he's on a day. This is all top 10 now. Avel, Rutsch, Asgreen, and Van Barle. And there's the front 2 for now. It's for Mirsch and Herzog. 82 cobble for Herzog. Into the final kilometers. Just 7 to go for them. They're about to hit the last cobbled sector of the day. Herzog attacks right as they make contact with him. He's going to try to enter the velodrome solo, and does. He's 30 seconds ahead of him. Herzog's going to win this thing. We're 7.5 minutes behind. There's the bell lap. Ding, 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 ding. Bosco punctures, our only puncture of the day. We just had no firepower. It was all tempo was high, and we could not handle it. Herzog caught at the line. Oh, Herzog! Vermeersch wins. Asgreen. Herzog takes 3rd. Oh. He had victory. He had it and lost it. In the velodrome is Janssen. He's still got 3k to go. Those guys, that's finish line for them. 2k to go. Janssen pushing on to make sure we don't get caught. There's Kareem. 800 meters. Janssen sprinting for the line. And he's not even top 20, of course. That's 44th. Ishimwe. 400 meters for him. 59th. We did break the top 50. That would be the standard expectation in terms of actual quality. A 71 cobble rating. Nowhere near top 50. A 73 cobble rating is our best today. It's still not near the top 50. So cracking the top 50 with the level of quality that we have is an achievement. I hope we do more one day. I really do hope we can do more with this. We did have one. No, we didn't have. That was PCM23, where I had one okay result. We weren't here last year. This was our first Paris-Roubaix. We had 3 races last year we did not get an invite to. 1, La Vuelta, by choice. 2, we did not get the invite. Paris-Roubaix was one of those. This year, I believe we've gotten the invite to everything, though I admittedly haven't checked thoroughly with that. I haven't checked every email that revealed. I've just kind of assumed that we're going to get all or most of them. But first ever Paris-Roubaix. Not exactly a great showing, clearly, with a 44th, but compared to, I, I, I would say, I would guess if we went through the entire field and checked, a 73 cobble rating is outside of the top 100. We did have some decent stamina for Janssen to help. That was definitely inside the top 100. That's definitely inside the top 50. But his flat rating wouldn't have been inside the top 100, so the cobble and the flat wouldn't have been. So getting a top 50 is, on balance, it's a good result. It's definitely a good result. But fingers crossed that down the road we can push that to a top 25, to a top 10, and wouldn't it be something if we eventually could win Paris-Roubaix? It's going to take a wonder kid with a set of talents that we've not seen yet, though. But I do have some better prospects coming in. Tillahun, right? Lottering, are they? They're my new Northern Classics guys, but they're just starting out, so we've got to wait for them to develop. 8:47 behind. That's kind of a marker for future, and just about half an hour as a trio. Our top three guys, 17th as a team. Considering we're probably the weakest team in the discipline, or had to be close to the weakest team at the very least. 17th probably, again, not a bad showing, but probably one of the worst results we've seen in a long time. Definitely did not pick up points today with that type of result. Had fun doing it, though. We've just gone under 100k to go at Amstel Gold. And for the second time running, the two best draws we've had all season long have come in these last two races, Paris-Roubaix and Amstel Gold. This is much better. We did have a +6 expected, but we are +5 beyond that. So back-to-back green positive race day conditions. It helped us at Paris-Roubaix earn a top 50. Here, the expectation is much higher thanks to that net result. We have a breakaway of 6 riders. Their gap is now down to 3.5 minutes, and the field is beginning to yo-yo, but we are perfectly placed right at the front of the field with 75k to go. Kareem is the only non-climber of this group, so he's very much domestic role today. Everybody else is capable as punchers and or climbers, and so Kareem once again will be the guy to go get the water here shortly. And even he's hanging in there. The tempo hasn't been so bad, even though the field is beginning to yo-yo quite a bit. It's that constant undulation with a relatively skinny road, so keeping a nice front position while not expending too much energy is going to be important. But as he finishes that task, I think we need to prepare for this later phase of holding a front position significantly better. So now in 83, speed it back up a little bit. Peloton mostly together, only a handful of riders have been dropped so far. And is it just me, or did Almeida, Van Sevenant, and Barati just attack? I don't remember there being that many off the front. Looks like we're trying to see another wave of attacks to get up there. We are Hagida, Sheffield, and McNulty have all attacked now with 45k to go. So we are seeing some early attacks here, and they do have some space. I mean, it's already a minute 40 ahead. It's going to be a hard chase. I feel like we can absolutely put our foot down here at some point and give chase because we have quality, and even Kareem is looking pretty okay as we're getting another attempted attack. It's too many guys getting away. The latest 4, Ayuso, Hershey, Ertz, and Johannesson. It's 36k out, but I feel like I need to start responding here. This is not good. The way it's looking like there's going to be 12, 16 riders eventually. It's phases of attack right now, but it feels like it's going to be successful. And look at this big acceleration right now that I just don't think we are equipped to handle. Let's see what we've got left first. This climb leads into a couple hefty climbs, but this does feel it's late enough. It's late enough in the game. We're going to have to put our foot down a little on the early side. Kareem, Gel, forward, and 99. He's not a climber, so his 99 with that little bit of a punch will only be so fast. Then it'll turn into a descent here in a moment, and then another climb. So he's going to just push. Graham was also towards the back end of our group because he's a weaker climber, so trying to bring him forward. For now, it's still together, so there hasn't been a separation. It's just an opportunity to spend these next handful of kilometers kind of positioning ourselves for that next push. I have my better mountain guys at the front, my better punchers at the back. Samuels might be the favorite on the day overall, as he's got enough bonuses to kind of do both, but setting up the punchers I think is going to be important. What happened? Tony lost Kareem there for a moment. Kareem not fast enough, but Nuna needs to take over at about a 97. Kareem, try to hang on if you can as we go over the top. It's going to give him a little break, and yeah, there you go. Benuna gets that acceleration. Oh, come on, Matoni. 78 mountain, and he couldn't keep up with Benuna. For now, he's just going deep, trying to recover that position. Still have time and space. A little bit of a risky move, but it's 23K, and others are kind of doing the pulling, and Matoni is still making it easier on others, while Benuna needs to be sitting on. There we go, and now Matoni gets back on his wheel. Matoni go first. Benuna go second. Benuna gel. There you go. Matoni is done. And now Benuna resumes control at the front. Kareem still here. Kareem is still here. Let's get Kareem up to second wheel if we can. Get a second go. We've made the contact with them. Now we're looking at just those front groups that have that separation. And Kareem, get out of the way. It's just about the worst of the climbing behind us with 6 riders left off the front. And Benuna is done. And now it's time to kind of reassess what we have. We got 4 guys left that can make a push with one hill coming up here in a moment. And then it's kind of a race for the finish. So who can sprint? Samuels can decently today. So can De Villiers and Musa. But definitely not Clote. So Clote needs to be the one coming forward. Benuna giving his all while he has no energy. And then Clote, there we go. Clote has come forward enough. We will now follow him instead. And he can try to follow at the back. Tony has dropped. Finally, it's shrinking. 47 left. Benuna and Kareem. Benuna. Kareem. Benuna. Automatic. Looking like 25. They're still 11 ahead. Was that already the last climb? Oh yeah, it was. Clote. Gel. Let's see how fast those guys at the front. If we can catch the 5 and the 6. They're in sight. 9K. Gel for Samuels. I trust Musa and De Villiers both to be able to sprint still. And Clote is done. Samuels making that hard push to try to get us up there. The front 11 come together and set up. And just like that, we've made contact. So we brought it back together after all. That's the last hill of the day. 5K to go. Samuels, he's just going to make the final push to set this up for De Villiers and Musa, as we're seeing Leknasud, Ayuso attack and lift. Musa is looking a little bit weak here. Let's swap those two. 2K. Samuels sprinting. Musa sprinting. And De Villiers sprinting. 700 meters. We're going to get a top 3. It's going to be a second place finish. Very good result. Nice takes the win. De Villiers second. Ayuso, Almeida Pogacar, Utsa Brooks, Samuels gets 7th, so we're going to get really, really good points. Musa gets 11th. 3 riders in the top 11, including 1 on the podium. Of course, the win would have been perfect. Not sure we would have gotten a boost for South Africa, as De Villiers, South Africa's already got high popularity. I don't think we were in position to get a boost from there anyway, so the win wouldn't have made a difference on that. A very solid result, nonetheless, albeit without the win. We split what would have been a 1-2 finish otherwise, so at least we broke that up, and under the circumstances, great result. I'll take it. And that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.